Greetings. This is Uzazi Podcast with Coach Jackie. Today's episode is titled, Is Fear Getting in the Way of Your Parenting Vision? In the last episode, we spoke about how the stories that we tell ourselves about parenting can get in the way of our desired results by making us parent by default rather than intentionally. Today, we will be looking at how fear can stop us from being intentional in our parenting. I think most people know at some level or other that setting goals can help them achieve success. But knowing how doesn't necessarily translate into doing. And that's what I would like to talk about today. In a previous article, I suggested that intentional parenting helps you make conscious choices about the outcomes you want for your parenting, and that having a vision of the kind of person you would like to bring up is a good starting point. How do you create a vision? Here is a method you can use. Think about a person you know that has impressed you as the kind of adult you would like your child to become. List the qualities, behaviors, characteristics, etc. that you admire about this person. Add anything else that you would like such a person to be. You can write up this list and keep it as such, or you can support it visually by cutting out images or lettering and sticking these to some stiff paper to create a vision board. Some people write up their vision as a poem or a story. Whatever works for you. The thing is to have something tangible to remind you of what you aspire to as a parent. Place this tangible reminder in a place where you can see it often so that you don't forget and it becomes part of your day. It will help you make decisions that move you towards your vision. Now, I know that some of you listeners have done this or know this, but you haven't created a vision board. Or you put it in some place you don't remember, or you don't make reference to it, or you thought it was just an exercise, perhaps at a workshop. This is what I mean when I say knowing how doesn't necessarily translate into doing. And one of the reasons for this is fear. We fear failure, and so this becomes a compelling excuse not to try. After all, why try something you know won't work? We ask ourselves. It's perfectly justified to avoid certain failure, we convince ourselves. And so we go about parenting by default. We also fear success. Success will almost certainly bring change. And we are not comfortable with change, even when it is positive change. So you can become so comfortable with the tug of war between you and your teenager that you cannot imagine a peaceful existence. In fact, you may come to expect that the tug of war between you and your teenager is the norm. Mostly though, when it comes to setting and achieving goals, it is fearsome, because it implies we have to be accountable. Once you set a goal, you are saying to yourself and maybe to others that it is up to you to achieve that goal. And that can be frightening. But if you don't work for your vision, who will? Use your vision board to motivate you to raise the kind of child you wish for. Picture yourself when you're older and the tables have been turned and your child is now taking care of you. Imagine reading about your child's achievements and hearing your neighbors praise this grown-up that you raised for being caring, responsible, hardworking, a good son or daughter. These things don't happen by chance. You can work towards them intentionally. What do you want for your child? If today you tell yourself that your vision for your child is bigger than your fear of failure, that your vision for your child is bigger than your fear of failure, you have already made a big stride in the right direction. Then, create that vision board or write out your vision and put it somewhere visible where you can see it most days. Every time you face an interaction with your child or you need to make a decision that could affect your child, ask yourself how it contributes to achieving that vision. Some things will be uncomfortable because you may need to delete some of the stories you have been telling yourself about parenting. But no good thing comes easy, right? Be prepared for hard work. Read. Ask people who you know something about what you're trying to achieve. Listen to podcasts. Attend workshops. If you're going to change the results you're getting, you must do something different. But I think the biggest thing I would like you to take away from today's podcast is this. Fear is standing between you and success as a parent. Are you going to let it?